Okay, for those of you interested, I'm going to go step by step through the recipe of how to make the Heirloom Tomato Martini. Of course, you can always adjust each ingredient to your taste, but this is what I use. Roughly 2/3 of a medium-sized heirloom tomato, about 6 to 8 basil leaves, fresh. I usually use about 4 or 5 slices of a jalapeno, but I'm out of jalapeno, so I substituted the serrano pepper, just for a little bit of a kick. Roughly a quarter of a small to medium lemon, and then your salt and pepper mixture to rim your glass. Everything here, except for the salt and pepper, came out of our garden, and the lemon, which came out of my father's. The next thing we do is slice up the heirloom tomato into medium-sized slices so that you can muddle it better. You'll notice I have the muddler out. I've also filled up a beaker, or you can use your martini shaker, but I've filled it up with about a cup of medium to coarse ground crushed ice. I've also torn up my basil leaves into about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch strips, which I will then put about 4 of the slices of the heirloom and about 5 or 6 pieces of the leaves and a couple of the serrano peppers into the the ice, and then muddle it. And here I am muddling. And you want to muddle it until all the components get broken up so it's all in a basic, very thick liquid form. After I muddle this portion, I'll add the rest of the heirlooms, the rest of the peppers, the rest of the basil leaves, and add a little bit of the lemon, and continue muddling before I put it in the shaker for shaking. Still muddling. As my wife will point out, this is a tedious drink to make. I don't think so. It takes about less than 10 minutes, but easily worth it. You'll find that out. Alright, at this point I'm nearly done. I've done all the muddling, and should have the consistency of a fairly loose but thick, if you can imagine that, slushy. It's still very icy, but all the components pretty much broken down. You can see that there's still chunks of the basil leaves in there, and we are then going to put this into the shaker with a that's about halfway filled with ice cubes. I'm then going to add enough vodka to cover the ice cubes and then some, and use about half of this mixture into it, because this is going to make 2 batches. I like mine a little bit strong. You might want to take a little bit less vodka. Also, the person who introduced me to this drink isn't into spice. She doesn't like it when I put the jalapeno or serrano peppers in here, but I think it makes it perfect. Anyway, this is about the end of it. What I hadn't mentioned is that I had a couple of martini glasses chilling in the freezer, which I will now run that little piece of lemon around the rim of the glass. Then I'll dip the glass into the salt and pepper mix. I will pour my martini, which is now shaken, into it and enjoy. Hope you do too. And in case you were wondering, this is what the finished product looks like with a garnish of the basil leaf.